Hi there. In this video, we explain pension scam red flags and why so-called free reviews can pose serious risks to your retirement savings.
Hello and welcome. This explainer comes to you from ProTax Accountant, a UK firm that provides expert tax and compliance advice. Today, we're going to tackle a really serious threat, one that uses a single, very deceptive offer to target your entire life savings. Honestly, understanding this could be one of the most important financial decisions you ever make for your retirement. Just think about it for a second. For decades, you've put in the hard work, you've saved diligently, and you've built up a pension pot that literally represents your life's work. You know, it's not just a number on a page, it's your security, it's your independence, it's your future. And then this offer comes along. It sounds helpful, right? A totally free, no obligation look at your pension, just to make sure it's working as hard as you did. But, and this is the critical part, this seemingly innocent offer is actually the most dangerous and effective weapon in a scammer's playbook. Look, this isn't some abstract threat. This is a quote from Pauline Patton, who lost 45,000 pounds of her life savings. Her story is just a devastating reminder of the real human cost behind the numbers. And believe me, the numbers themselves are absolutely staggering. Let's just start with the sheer scale of this crime. In 2024 alone, criminals stole over £17.6 million directly from UK pension savers. That's not just a number. It represents thousands of people whose plans for the future have been completely shattered. And when you drill down to the individual level, the impact is, well, it's devastating. The average loss per person is nearly £34,000. For so many people, that is a catastrophic, completely unrecoverable blow to their retirement. Get this. It breaks down to over £48,000 being stolen from pensions every single day. This isn't some rare event that happens once in a blue moon. It is a constant, industrial-scale assault on your savings. So how are they actually doing it? Well, their favorite tool is this simple bit of misdirection. Research from the Financial Conduct Authority, that's the FCA, the UK's financial regulator, shows that an incredible 44% of adults would be open to this offer. This makes it the perfect bait to distract you, while the real trick, the steal, happens behind the scenes. Let's actually break down their playbook, because what's amazing is just how predictable this whole process is. It always starts with unsolicited contact, a text, an email, to build some kind of fake trust. Then comes the discovery bit, where they try to figure out how much your pension is worth. After that, the proposal, which is always packed with promises of guaranteed, unbelievably high returns. And finally, the execution phase. This is all about speed and pressure, giving you absolutely no time to think. So, to put it even more simply, it looks just like this. Step 1, they contact you completely out of the blue. Step 2, they dangle that free review as bait. Step 3, they propose moving your hard-earned money into something really high-risk and obscure. Think overseas property or forestry or storage units. They pick these because they're really hard to value and have very little investor protection, which makes it super easy to just make the money disappear. And step 4, they pile on the pressure with a time-limited offer to stop you from doing any checks. Okay, now here is a really crucial point, a professional tip you absolutely need to remember. Cold calling about your pension is illegal. It has been since 2019. This law was brought in for one reason, because these unsolicited calls were the #1 tool for fraudsters. So let me be clear, there are no exceptions. If your phone rings and it's someone you don't know offering to talk about your pension, you can be 100% certain it is a scam. Just hang up the phone. But of course, the threat is always evolving. Scammers aren't just relying on old-school phone calls anymore. They now have an incredibly powerful new weapon: artificial intelligence. It's estimated that 40% of fraud attempts are now powered by AI, creating a level of deception that is just terrifyingly convincing. And what they're doing is using familiar, trusted faces against you. As you can see here, they create these deep fake videos of public figures like Martin Lewis or Elon Musk, using AI to make it look like they're personally endorsing some revolutionary new investment scheme. They splash these all over social media, and they look unbelievably real, all designed to bypass your natural skepticism. So this leads to the crucial question, right? In this new world of sophisticated digital fraud with fake videos and cloned websites, how on earth can you possibly know who to trust? How can you be sure you're dealing with a real professional and not some digital ghost? Well, this is your single most powerful tool. It is your first and your best line of defense. The FCA Firm Checker is a free, official, online database. It lists every single firm and every single individual authorized to give financial advice in the UK. If they are not on this list, you do not deal with them. It really is that simple. Let's just put them side by side. The difference is night and day. A legitimate advisor waits for you to contact them. A scammer calls you out of the blue. A real advisor is on the FCA register, and their contact details will match perfectly. A scammer isn't, or even worse, they've cloned a real firm. That means they're pretending to be a legit company, but they're using a slightly different phone number or email to trick you. A pro explains risk. A scammer guarantees returns. A pro gives you time. A scammer pressures you to act right now. So, to wrap this part up, here is your ultimate checklist. Treat any one of these as a giant waving red flag. Any unsolicited contact. The offer of a free pension review. Promises of guaranteed high returns. Any kind of high-pressure sales tactics. Any talk of loopholes or getting cash out before you're 55, proposals for weird investments, and contact details that are just a mobile number or a P.O. box. But what if the worst happens? You might think that losing your pension savings is the end of the story. It is not. For so many victims, that's actually where an even bigger nightmare begins. This visual shows what we call the devastating double blow. So first, the scammer takes your £100,000 pension pot. It's gone. But the nightmare doesn't stop there. Because that money was taken out before you were legally allowed to touch it, HMRC sees it as an unauthorised payment. They then send you a tax bill for a staggering £55,000 on the money that you've already lost. 55%. That is the maximum tax rate that HMRC can charge you on money that was stolen from your pension. It's a penalty charge, really, designed to stop people from improperly accessing their pensions early. But scammers know this rule inside and out, and they exploit it to leave their victims in absolute financial ruin. So you're probably sitting there thinking, how is that even possible? Well, it's broken down here. There's a standard 40% unauthorized payment charge. And then, on top of that, if the amount taken is more than a quarter of your fund's value, which it almost always is in a scam, they add a 15% surcharge. You add those together, and that's a 55% tax bill. And here is the most brutal, cruel part of the whole trick. You, the victim, are personally liable for this tax. It doesn't matter that you were conned. It doesn't matter that you never saw a single penny of the money. As far as the law is concerned, that tax bill is yours, and you have to pay it. Your pension is just too important to leave to chance. Protecting it isn't something you can be passive about. It requires you to be proactive, to be skeptical, and most importantly, to seek out trusted professional advice from people who are properly regulated and who genuinely have your best interest at heart. And that is exactly why firms like Pro Tax Accountant exist. If you have any concerns at all about your pension, your tax position, or if you've been approached by someone offering one of these reviews, please don't take a risk. Get professional advice. You can contact their team for a consultation using the details you see on the screen. They can help you navigate all these complex rules safely. And hey, while you're at it, remember to subscribe to their YouTube channel for more essential explainers just like this one. Just before we go, a quick disclaimer. This information is for educational purposes, and it is not financial advice. You should always speak with a qualified FCA-regulated professional about your own specific circumstances. So we'll leave you with one last thing to think about. After everything you've just heard, is your pension as secure as you think it is?